Okay guys, here's a video on the tumblers with couture ink, which it says it's a permanent ink. After it is heat set, that's when it is permanent. Take it, mix it as usual. The ink is very different than the chalk. It's thinner. So you just need just a little bit. I'm going to take it and I'm going to spread it as far as I can with that little bit. Otherwise, you can get bleed lines or it can look kind of blurry look. So I just want to try to use all that I have on my squeegee as far down as I can to avoid those blurred looks or bleeding. You know when it is all the way through, when you don't see white anymore. Like right there, you can see a little bit of the white from the transfer showing through. So I know no ink has got on the tumbler through that spot yet. So when you take it, you use the squeegee down, you no longer see any more white spots. As you can tell, I used a very thin layer of the ink. That has given me best results. And you just take the transfer off, take it off slowly so you're not getting it all over the place. And there it is. Now I want to take an embossing heat gun, heat tool, embossing. I found this at a yard sale, but they do have them at any, craft stores, relatively cheap. I have found, unless you have a hair dryer that gives off a pretty good heat, then you can use the hair dryer. I found the heat gun is kind of too hot. The embossing tool gives me just a good heat that I need for these tumblers. So you want to take this and you're going to dry this for 4 minutes. I have found 4 minutes works pretty good, and you'll be able to see the difference. It won't look so shiny. If you can see on here, it kind of looks have like a shiny look to it. Once you take that embossing tool to it, it will you'll see the difference on it clearing up and not looking so glossy. Then you want to take this, and since this is powder coated, I don't want to put it in my oven that I use to cook my food in, because the powder coat gives off some kind of toxic fumes or whatever, and then once you cook your food in the same oven, it can get into the foods. If you're going to do it on glassware, you can do it in your regular oven, like I did this with a little flower pot on it. I put this in my regular oven. If you're going to do this, you can put them in your regular oven. Put it in your oven cold. Turn it on 350. Once it reaches 350, keep it in there for 30 minutes, and then let it cool off in the oven after 30 minutes, and that will be permanent. As you can tell, it's not scratching off. And then you can wash this. It can go in the dishwasher. You can wash it by hand. Now with these, the tumblers, you want, since it's powder coated, if it's just a regular stainless steel tumbler, then you can do the same thing as I did with that glass container. Since it is powder coated, I'm going to put it in a separate oven. You can use a toaster oven, convection oven. Put it in there, heat it up 350. With the toaster oven or convection oven, you want to leave these in there for about an hour and a half. Then, of course, let it cool down in the toaster oven or convection oven, and it will be a permanent solution on there, like this one right here. I done this one previously. As you can tell, it's not scratching off with my nails. I've run this through the dishwasher twice already, and it's still on there. It is permanent. What I did though, after I used the embossing tool on this, I took for 4 minutes, I took and let it sit, well, I let this one sit overnight, and before I put it in the toaster oven. That way I knew it was pretty good and dry. And once you know it's dry, it's not tacky anymore. Like if you take your finger to it and it still feels kind of tacky, do not put it in your oven yet. Anybody have any questions or anything? Let me know in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best I could. Thanks.